Now, let us look at roles that value a medical degree without the GMC registration. One would be healthcare trainer or clinical educator. When you see NHS trusts, care agencies, private training providers, they employ people, to deliver these mandatory trainings, these clinical trainings to support workers, HCAs, nursing staff. So things like basic life support, safeguarding, infection control, medication awareness, mental health awareness trainings. You don't only qualify for this, your training already makes you exceptional at this. You understand the clinical rationale behind every procedure that you're teaching. You understand what needs to be done, and that is already an edge for you. Another type of role you should be looking out for would be a clinical lead or manager in a supported living arrangement or in a care home. Now, the care sector business will never go out of business in this UK. Quote me anywhere. Why? Because it has a significant and ongoing need for people with those kind who require those kind of services. So for somebody like you who has the clinical knowledge, who has the leadership, who understand what needs to be done, you are perfect for this role. And a registered care home manager does not need to have a GMC registration. Right now, for you who is a candidate that has medical training, you already have a substantive edge to show that you know what needs to be done, when they need to be done, and why they need to be done. Right now, many of these roles also appear within organizations that hold a sponsor license and are actively issuing sponsorships. The next type of role would be the healthcare recruitment consultant. A lot of agencies that specialize in placing clinical staff, they are recruiting people. So you fit into this role because you already have the ability to assess clinical competency, you understand banding structures, and your ability to speak credibly to candidates and hiring managers. It's already a direct product of your training. You know how to speak to people. You understand, multidisciplinary communication and teamwork and all of that. You know how to assess people to know who fits into what role and what kind of, unique perspective they can bring, into those roles. Now, another type of role would be clinical governance or quality assurance support officer. A lot of the NHS trusts have these vacancies. A lot of independent healthcare providers, they employ people specifically to support, compliance, to support audit and governance functions. And you understand clinical standards, you understand risk assessment, risk management, patient safety. All of this thing is involved into this space, right? Another type of role that you can look out for, though this one is might look a bit lower, will be working as a support time recovery worker or as a mental health support worker with a view to progress, especially for people who are internationally trained psychiatrists or psychologists, right? Now, this role, although it might look a bit steep low, right, it is not a step backwards. It is just a role that places you right in the middle of where things are done, and then you can now progress and grow from there. Every single one of these roles is building something. It's building your credibility within the UK space, your references, credibility within the sector. You're building a network, and that evidence, it doesn't disappear, especially when you eventually want to now pursue your GMC registration. It goes a long way in strengthening your application.